I was on the phone when you said it. I was on the phone when you said it. It's above me, above me, above me, above me. It's above me, above me, above me, above me. I was on the phone when you said it. I was on the phone when you said it. I was on the phone when you said it. I was on the phone when you said it. It's above me now, above me now, above me now. It's above me now, above me now, above me now, above me now.
Hi guys, and welcome to episode 2 of It's Above Me Now with myself, Junique, and my co-host.
JXL.
He's laughing already. He's laughing already, which is a good sign.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, what have you been up to this week?
I've been not recording this podcast, apparently. No, I haven't really been doing much, but I'm just been working on other projects that I have coming out. Just been chilling, really. Just been chilling, hanging out. Just trying to have a good summer, I guess.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I have been at work every day. Well, I say every day. I'm taking 2 Mondays off, and I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Working 4-day weeks is definitely the way forward. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just been me. I've been working and doing not much else.
In my previous job, I used to do that 4 days a week. It was sensational. Like, that third day
I
really
would
helps.
actually... You know what? I have no idea who decided that a working week should be Monday to Friday and a working day should be 9 till 6 or 9 till 5. That's torture.
Like, why would you give people 2 days to rest?
Equally, who said you're the boss? Who made that up? I would love to know when and where that started. If someone knows, try and tell me some way. Leave it in the comments. Do we have comments? Find some comments and leave it there, because I want to know who decided the working hours and the working day, because I think it doesn't make any sense.
Well, in my last company, it was actually quite calm, the working hours. It'd be like 9 till 4.
Yeah, because every time I spoke to you, you was at home. But for the rest of us that actually have to stay in the office and do the hours,
But anytime
it's not
anyone
fun.
has to stay after 6, I just think that's torture. Like 6, that's ridiculous.
I know.
But yeah.
But anyway, kicking off the show this week, our first topic of the day is being cheated on. Now, this came about because I have a friend currently who is going through sort of a situation with her boyfriend. And it was something that I could relate to, because this situation happened to me back in the day as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was gonna deny this relationship for my whole life. I was gonna deny my ex. I was gonna deny everything. But for the sake of the show, I will talk about it today. But should anyone ever see me or ask me about it in future, deny.
Listen, this is all hypothetical.
Yeah. This is all hypothetical. So all of the stories we're telling didn't really happen.
Yeah.
Just stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? As if they were to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I will start by telling my personal story that didn't actually happen. No, my hypothetical story. So I was with this guy for 3 years. It was actually slightly more than 3 years. For the purpose of this story, we'll call him Voldemort. Who should not be named, yeah? Voldemort. So me and Voldemort, we were together for over 3 years. It was my first ever relationship. So I think I was 16 or 17 when we started dating. And in school, I was a bit of a loser, like the weird kids. So when I first started going out with this boy, I was excited, to say the least. Like,
Someone like that.
Someone. You always make me sound like such a loser. But anyway, someone liked me. So we were dating for 3 years. Was quite close. Like I wouldn't say close to his whole family. I didn't really like them like that. But there was like kids in his family, and honestly, I love them so much. I used to do everything with them. I used to want to spend all the time with them, and like we just used to do cute stuff. So like we were like integrated, I would say. So we were together for 3 years, and the way it ended was one day I found out he was cheating on me. And not only was he cheating on me or had cheated on me, he was in a whole different other relationship. So he was with someone for about 6 months, which is a long ass time.
He was having an affair.
He was having an affair, like an EastEnders affair. Like he was having a full-blown situation with someone else.
Yeah.
So I found out in the morning on the way to work, and like something. So then I got in. And you know that moment where you call them and you finally get to speak to them after that you just found out. And the first thing he said to me was, I was like in tears, I'm crying and I'm screaming and I'm shouting and I'm like, well, you need to tell me what's going on. Like, you need to clarify this right now, because at this point I am livid. And he goes, what? Why do you want to know?
Solid stuff.
Why should I have to tell you? What do you need to know the details? Listen, bitch, are you fucking crazy? First of all, who are you talking to? Like, this whole thing has happened, and why are you going on like you don't even know me?
So it's all just a case of just a defense mechanism, isn't it? Like, it's like, A, you've been caught, alright? So now you feel stupid, alright? And
Okay.
B, you've been caught, you feel stupid, and B, you're now like under attack, so you feel like your back's been pinned up against the wall. So now your reaction is just to be nonchalant about the whole situation, because you don't really have anything to say. Like, you don't actually have the answers that you require to give to sort of make the situation. You can't make the situation okay. But like, just to sort of answer,
Yeah,
so just
you can't
defensive.
make the situation okay, because at that point, all shit's hit the fan. Like, there's no turning back from this moment. We have to deal with this moment head on. So, in that situation, you don't think that you've done enough. You've hurt my feelings enough to now just come forward, be honest, and just say how it is.
You can't say the truth straight away. You can't tell,
because you need time.
You need time to. You can't all of a sudden just mess up. You need that time to be able to think, alright, about what you're gonna say, what happened.
Yeah.
Can you somehow finesse a good lie out of this? Alright, and if you can, then maybe you might be able to get her back. You can't say the truth straight away and might destroy your chance of ever getting her back. So you just gotta be nonchalant about it. Like, take a step back.
So I'm meant to wait for a response, because then in the time that I'm sitting there waiting, in my head it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah,
but like, you're heartbroken, but at some point you're gonna have to start missing me. It happens.
No, okay. So this has happened.
Yeah.
Okay, this has happened. I've just found out.
Yeah.
I've called you, and I'm crying.
Yeah.
And then what? What are you gonna do? So after you tell me what?
Well, first of all, I'm not answering.
Okay.
Unless if I knew, or if I don't know, then you've surprised me. If I don't know, then you know I'm cheating on you.
No, but if
and you call me.
No, we're talking about this situation that may or may not have happened to me.
Yeah.
We're talking about this situation.
Yeah.
So I found out. Okay, the way it happened was, I found out in the morning. Yeah. Okay, I will elaborate a little bit more, but this is going to make the story sound so sad. Now, honestly, guys,
I don't feel sad for her, but carry on.
You don't feel sad for me?
It happens in his life.
Oh my god, this guy. Anyway, so this happened on a Monday, yeah, and on the Sunday, I just came out of surgery. I had knee surgery.
Did you have to go home by yourself?
No, he took me home.
Yeah.
The little bastard. He took me home.
Hey, you could have gone home by yourself.
Okay.
Be grateful.
He should. Anyway, so I had the surgery. He took me home that day, and the plan was, because he drove at the time, I didn't drive. He was gonna pick me up on Monday morning, and take me to work, because I couldn't walk. Like, I literally was fresh out of surgery, and my boss, who was a bitch back then, didn't let me have a time off because someone else was off. So it wasn't a bad surgery, so I was okay to go back in. I just had crutches and a lot of medication.
Yeah.
So it happened. So I'm waiting for him to come pick me up, and he's like, I don't remember exactly what happened, if he overslept or what. And I ended up calling him, and it was like something in me just knew, like, he didn't sound like he was alone, and it was like first thing in the morning, and I'm thinking, this isn't right. And then I don't remember what happened, but I knew. And then I think I started shouting or calling him out, and she must have heard or something. Anyway, I think he hung up on me, And when he hung up on me, and I'm thinking, like, it's sinking in for me. I'm like, shit, like, oh my God. So anyway, I still got to go work. Do you know what I mean? My personal problems don't come first. So I get in an Uber. Frick, man, me get an Uber as well. I just one day out of surgery.
He's got to salvage his relationship. Like, you fucked up.
Anyway, so as I'm in the Uber on the way to work, I get a phone call from him. So I pick up, and it's her on the phone. And she's, like, questioning me as if I am the side chick.
To her, you are.
What the fuck? The audacity. Yeah? The audacity. Until I officially tell him that we're over, you're still the side chick, so don't question me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at this point, she's like asking me these crazy questions like, oh, what's his family member's name? Are you sure you've been together all this time? And I'm thinking, what the fuck? And I'm thinking that at least at this point he's going to be honest and say, this dickhead is in the back. She's a liar. She's lying. She's lying. No. I don't know what she's talking about. And I've switched at this point. I'm so mad. Not at the situation. Fuck the situation, because I'm not about to beg anyone to be my boyfriend. But I'm so mad that he's sitting there calling me a liar over a situation that we both know.
Listen.
Like, and then, so I get to work and I've gone out the back and I'm calling you. And then, honestly, after all this has happened, you're going to tell me, what do you want to know for? Mm-hmm. Like, what is that? And I meant to wait for you how long until you have a good response?
Alright, first things first, yeah. A lot of us men were raised on shaggy. So, we're just going by what we're raised on, innit? So, you gotta deny. Like, I'm sure if he was with you and she called him, he'd call her a liar. He's just gotta salvage the relationship he's at that moment. And so, at that moment, you're the op. And you're just chatting waffle, and he's got to keep his girl sweet in it. I don't know how
He'd rather leave with one of us than none of us.
Yeah, like he started the day with 2 girlfriends. He can't walk out of that with like 0.
Yeah.
Right? So he's got to make one of you seem crazy, and it can't be her because she's right there. So I guess it's one of them ones where it's just like you have no answers at that point of view, because like I said, you feel stupid. All right.
Yeah.
So you feel stupid, and your ego's taking a hit, and then you have like your so-called girl. She's now pressing you for answers.
Yeah, I guess, but
so yeah, you have to. It's kind of like, you see how like something bad will happen in the world, yeah, and the president has to give like a speech, but he needs his PR team like to come up with like solution and words for him. Like that's what men need. Like we need like a minute, right? Just get our thought together, come up with like some good spiel.
So why pick up the phone?
Because, you know what? Yeah, don't pick up the phone. You're right, men. Don't pick up the phone. If you don't know, obviously,
wait till the boys gather together and
call the man them. Let them know, and let's see what excuses we can come out from this. That we can like draw you a nice little letter to send. Like we can do like mock interviews.
Draft
with you.
me a nice headed.
Exactly. Like this is what she might ask you. This is what, like we can do like nice little situation.
Okay.
Give it a minute. Like, because at first you'll be heated, but by the end of the day, you should have calmed down. You should have calmed down by the end of the day.
There was no turning back from that situation. To be honest, I think the fact that when you are caught, your first instinct is like defense. Like what? Like you're being rude to me as if I did something wrong. That just concretes that just concretes everything, that this is done. This is over. We're never ever coming back from this. Not only because of what you've done, which for me was enough anyway, but look at what happened after I found out. We're all making out that I'm the bad guy. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but there's not really much you can do in that situation but be truthful. But you can't be truthful.
You have to be truthful.
You can't be
You
truthful.
have to be truthful. It comes to a point where, listen, you have gone out and done this, that you got big man problems now, so act like a big man and come to me and tell me this is what it is, this is what it was. Either I want to be with you, I want to be with her. Equally, there is no in a situation I want to be. I am done. I've removed myself from this situation. You go from there however you want to go from there.
Yeah, but if I want you back, I have to.
No, but it's you. How could you possibly want me back when we was on that phone call, that make or break moment where we're all in a conversation and everyone's found out.
It's a sticky situation.
And you're going to call me a liar. There is no wanting me back. Because in my mind, you're done and I'm done. Well, I'm done. Point blank period. Forever and ever. Like,
but I don't know that. I got to try.
You got...
Like, it's in the rule book. You have to try.
Oh, there's a rule book.
Yeah, there's a rule
book.
Like, there's no way if you've dated a girl and she actually likes you, there's no way after the first breakup you can't get her back. Like, you have to try. Like, you just have to. You have to throw everything at it. Like, you have to, like, get your friends to call her and be like, yo, listen, I've never... like, he's heartbroken right now. Like, he's not even eating. He's not sleeping. You might have to fake a suicide if it gets too bad. Like, you have to do everything in your power to get
I
your girl
have
back.
this theory, right? It doesn't apply to everyone because there are, of course, exceptions. Some people are just not as intelligent. But I have this theory that in your lifetime, there's always one person that just makes you turn stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, in life, I'm very, very straightforward. I'm quite harsh. People think I'm quite harsh. I say it how it is. I don't take shit from many people. Like, there's many people that I've, like, stopped talking to or moved away from because of certain things they've done. But I do believe that in relationships, there's always that one person that you would just always go over and above for. You would let hundreds of things slide that you would never let slide in real life, in your personal life.
Yeah.
And you would never let slide in your next relationship. But there's always that one person. And for me, that was that person. But before that situation, that nail in the coffin, that killed it. But I do think that, and I think he knew that.
That he's your
yeah,
crazy.
that he was like my weak spot. He says he's my crazy.
We know that.
He knew that.
As a guy, you know that.
But still, I think he thought that, let me say whatever I can say now, because it doesn't matter. In a couple months when I call her, she'll be back.
She'll come back, yeah.
Little does he know that situation was, for me, that was like, wow. It was
that
like a
was
wake
one
up
breakup
moment.
too much. There's that, you have that.
It was just...
You get to that place where it's one breakup, it's one fuck up too much, it's one breakup too much. But you never know it until you actually get there. So up to that point, all of us think we're like Wolverine, like we can just recover from everything. So there's not a thing you can... Yo, I hate you, I never want to see you again. I'm going to get people to jump you if I ever catch you. All of that's cool. But I'm still going to pull up at your house and tell you I'm outside and come see me.
For me, that it was equally... One thing I don't tolerate is cheating, because I just feel like that's the ultimate disrespect. I'm very...
You even like cheating?
What?
Not even like cheating?
Light cheating?
Yeah, light cheating. Like, yours was heavy cheating. That's like a 6-month affair. Like, that's cheating.
The only thing you can come... Maybe like, if you were like talking to
like
someone, but... Are you fucking crazy? No, cheating is cheating. No, there's no coming back from that, and definitely not an affair. I don't know what you was thinking. Do you know, that was too far. Yeah. But no, that point for me was like, it was done. Yeah. Like I was mad, and I wasn't mad necessarily for the fact that he cheated, because with me, I've always been open and honest. Like, if he felt that way, he knows, even to this day, I bet if you asked him, he knows if he really felt that way, he could come to me and tell me, listen, something here is not right.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, let's separate, let's do this. But I would have been very sensible about the situation and had like a genuine response. But you went out and done this. You've been doing it for 6 months. Do you know what I mean? I was livid. I drained his bank account. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why do you not give you access? But anyway,
I drained his bank account.
Yeah.
I put all the money from his bank account into my bank account.
Wow.
And then to take it that step further, I cancelled all of his direct debits. So like his car tax, his car insurance, all of that stuff. I had loads of his clothes here as well. I cut up everything, and he used to play sports as well, so like, you know, like there's certain things for sports that you need, like those long sleeve tight vests. I cut up everything. There was no... It was over. I was so mad, not because he cheated, but the way he spoke to me afterwards, it was just ridiculous. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, it happens. But I do agree with your theory of you have that one crazy person.
Have you ever been that crazy person? Guys, you know what that silence means.
I'm not gonna lie, one time I sent an email because I couldn't get through to her any other way. And one time I made up a fake Instagram account to speak to my ex to see if she's ready to move on. She was ready to move on. It really hurt. It really hurt. And I realized, yeah. So you have that. You have it. It happens. Like you have that one person where maybe in other relationships that you've had before, or the relationship you're gonna have afterwards, or like the people around you, there's certain shit that you just don't tolerate. But for some reason with this person, you're just blind to the bullshit.
Yeah.
And
over and over again,
weird.
it's like nothing can pull you out of that situation apart from yourself.
But it happens, I think it pretty much happens to most people who's been in like at least 1 or 2 relationships before in the past. Yeah. You have to, and I think it's very important to have that. You have to have that and have it as early as possible and as quickly as possible. That way, it doesn't affect you the older you get.
Yeah, to cut it off.
Yeah, because like you don't want to be like, I have a friend that's never really been in a relationship before, and I just really want him to get his heart broken. Like just get it out. Get it over and done with. Yeah, like while you're early in your 20s. To be fair,
once it happens, once it toughens you up, I will give you that.
So you're not like, once you're early in your 20s, that way you're not like mid your 20s and this is your first heartbreak. You're gonna be doing dumb shit, and people will be looking at you. You're almost 30. Like, what's wrong with you? But, like, just get it out of the way. Yeah.
And then there's always that period of time where, okay, so now that's happened, you cheated, everyone finds out. And in my situation, after we split up, I was like to him, this is done. Like, I was done. I didn't want to speak to him again. And there comes to a point, he actually messaged me one day. It was like a week or 2 afterwards, after he was so rude to me that day. And he messaged me like this big, long, like apology text.
The PR team.
The PR team had come in full effect. They've sat down. They've all got together, cleared their schedule. They've met up now. And equally, I know that nigga can't spell. Yeah, fact. He can't spell. Yeah. And that was a well-written, well-crafted text message. I knew for a fact he didn't even send it. Mm-hmm. Like, so equally, whoever wrote the script, whoever's job it was to write the script, they should have put a few spelling mistakes in there because it was just too good. I didn't reply anyway, of course, but actually after we split up, them two were a happy little couple, and I didn't care because after I was done with him, go do your thing, be with whoever you want. It's not my place to even comment anymore. But so they're a couple, they're happy, blah 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 blah. A couple months down the line, now she decides to leave him, and guess who's back?
Sex flashbacks. It happens.
There is no coming back. Now, there's certain situations, maybe if we just had a falling out one day and we split up over something petty, maybe you can try and come back. But that was a never coming back situation. How do you even have the audacity to message me again?
Because I'm lonely. I'm lonely.
But, hey babe, I never really liked her. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You've been going out for this whole time.
Yeah, but like I felt trapped. I made them as, it's like
you chose the wrong one.
You didn't watch Love Island, didn't it? Like, so it was like Love Island with Michael and Amber and like the Joanna thing. He clearly made a mistake by choosing the other girl, but now he's stuck in it. But he's now prideful, so he's not gonna make it work with the girl that he's stuck with, regardless of how he feels. And until she leaves, and then you realize, oh wait, I want that girl back, like my original girl. Like, it happens. Sometimes your pride gets the best of you. Like, I'm gonna stick to this.
Okay, if you're gonna do the super cringe thing and try and come back, then there's certain ways to do it, which is like cringe but not too cringe. Like, you're just gonna drop a text, you're gonna try and call me or accidentally bump into me one day. It's cringe, but but my ex took it to the extreme. So I've had the whole, I'm outside your house.
Perfectly normal.
It's not perfectly normal. That is weird.
Pull up.
It's like borderline stalking. Don't come outside my house. And it's been, at this point, it's been like over a year. And you're outside my house. It's not. It's the prime time. No, but that wasn't even the creepiest. Now I have to say, there was one day in particular where I was at home, just chilling, doing my own thing, and I get a phone call. Now every time he used to call me, it used to be from different numbers, so I never knew. So I get a phone call and I pick up the phone call, and it's kids on the phone. Now, as I said, he had kids in his family. But so I answer the phone and there's kids on the phone, and at first I was a little bit confused because you got to understand I hadn't talked to them in like over like a year and a half at this point. And then they're like, hello. And I'm like, hello. And they're like, Auntie Janique. At this point, I nearly died. I was like, what? And they're like, oh, Auntie Janique. And there's like long pauses. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like he's there. He's got his nieces on the phone and he's telling them what to say. And he's like, Auntie Janique, Uncle Voldemort. Uncle Voldemort says he wants you back. We miss you. Like, at this point, I am...
Nigga had them kids hostage.
Stuck them up. I'll give you some candy if you do this favour for me. Like, now that's next level. Now, not only are you just being weird, you're using these innocent little kids to do your dirty work and try and salvage this. Equally, it's not going to work.
As you're supposed to.
You're supposed... That's not what kids are for.
What else are they
That's
for?
not what kids are
They're
for.
jobless. What else are they for?
No.
So, like, that's in the top 5 playbook of getting your
There's
eggs
a
back.
playbook.
Yeah, it's in the top 5.
But you would use some kids?
You use kids. You can use your mother or friends. There's the fake depression.
No.
Right? Where you'll be like, oh, I just haven't eaten in 5 days.
What does your mum have to do with this?
Oh yeah, my mum misses you. Like, that's a common one, alright? My mum misses you. And then, yeah, use kids. You have to use whatever it takes to pull at the heartstrings. Especially if you're desperate now. Like, it's been a year and I still can't get you back. No. It's gotta be like one of them.
There
ones.
was he didn't even only use the kids on one occasion. There was actually 2.
Yeah.
Another time after the
Another
phone
kid into
call. After the phone call, the phone call didn't last too long. All I did was ask him to put him on the phone and hang up. I didn't really want to hang up on the kids. I felt kind of mean. Anyway, so after that, there was another situation where I get a text from a WhatsApp from a random number, and at first I'm like, I just ignored it, and he messaged me back, and he's like, I say he because it must have been him. He's like, hi Janique, let's just call the kid
Andrew.
It's a girl. It's a girl. Let's call her Andy. Yeah. So he's like, "Hi, Janique. It's Andy. Uncle Voldemort's not here right now. Uncle Voldemort's not here right now. But I just wanted to come on the phone and tell you that I miss you. And I really want you to come back to Uncle Voldemort. Now." I haven't got kids myself, yeah, and I'm not big on the development of kids and how fast they grow. But when I left, those kids were little, yeah, and it's only been about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and now she can fluently, yeah, write WhatsApp with all these big words, and write this massive apology message when she's like, I don't even know how old she is, but she's definitely not at the age, she's not at GCSE level. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, I'm angry now because it's not only the first time he's tried to use them, it's like the second. And I'm like, I've sent back this big long thing, and I'm like, what did we call that? Andy. I'm like, Andy in brackets. Can you, aka Voldemort, can you just stop? I'm like, this is weird. I've moved on. I'm like, this is never gonna happen. Like, can you just stop getting these kids involved? As a matter of fact, stop messaging me altogether. This is just, it's not gonna work. So he waits now, I would say a good like 2 hours. And remember I said he plays sport, so he's like, it's time's passed and he's come back on and he's like, oh my God. He was like, I don't know what she was doing. I did not know that she even saved your number. Oh my gosh, why is she doing that for? Oh, she's so bad. Like, honestly, there comes a point where accept your losses and move on.
Yeah, there does come a point where you just have to take the L. You've lost this one. It's one breakup too many. It just takes a while to get to that point. But Voldemort, we both know he's crazy. We've seen stories about him.
We have read some stories about him, and that's for another episode.
Yeah,
we'll go into
time.
how crazy he really is. But moving on.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, so I think cheating, for me, any form of cheating is an
What
end.
about if she jacks me off? Have I cheated?
You have cheated.
What have I done?
You don't even ask them. This is why you don't get caught up.
What
You
have I
cheated. Why are you allowing anyone else to touch you?
It just happened.
No, it didn't just happen. Anyway. I think there's certain things that you can never come back from.
Yeah.
So, in me personally, all types of cheating. I know for some people, minor cheating, they will allow. Me personally, let's just.
I'll
leave
break
it there.
up with you. Hold hands. Hold hands with someone.
Oh, so you can think of someone, but your girlfriend can't hold hands with someone.
Yeah. What's your point?
Oh my gosh.
What's your
Anyway,
point?
another thing. So moving on to a slightly different topic. Like physical abuse. That is just something that is an absolute never. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen it this week, but the story on BKChat, where I think they've got some new cast members and they're filming their new series, and one of the guys, I think there was in a debate, I don't know what the topic was, punched one of the girls, and she then went outside and completely smashed up.
Toyota.
She completely smashed up. Scratched, smashed that whole car.
This car, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
On the... Wait, my thoughts on the BKChat or like being beaten up in a relationship?
We'll go with your thoughts on BKChat and then we'll continue into the relationship thing.
BKChat is like... BKChat's a funny show, you know. Like, it's a funny show because I don't understand. Well, I kind of do understand. But I just think it's funny how a debate can lead into people being punched up in any way, shape or form. Like, I get that people are strangers and that things can get a bit mad, and obviously you have people that were completely polar opposite point of views, but like just the idea that shit could get so fucked up that you punch a girl, that's how I know like you've beat women in the past. Like, because that 0 to 100 is mad.
That guy in particular, he was kicked off of Celebs Go Dating.
Yeah.
For past offences, I think physical abuse of his baby mum or something. So
yes, he basically has
yeah, he does have a history. And do you think he should have been on the show in general?
It's a tricky one. So it's like one of them ones. Like, do we hold people accountable for their actions for the rest of their life, or do we accept that like people make mistakes and maybe they're not who they are anymore? So with the baby mom thing, was it like a one-off incident that happened that obviously will be on his record forever? But if it's just a one-off and let's say he hasn't smacked another chick in like 5 years, like, is he no longer allowed to be on anything?
Yeah. The thing I think would have been the red flag for me is the fact that he just got kicked off of the other show.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's been people on shows that have had criminal records and things like that in the past, but there must have been a reason why he was kicked off of that show midway through filming. So I just think that maybe putting him on this show, which we have watched and we know can get quite heated at times, I think maybe putting him on this show so soon after he was kicked off of that show might have been a bit of a red flag. Because ultimately, look what did happen. Like, but I don't know if... Obviously, I do think that people can change.
Yeah.
I don't know about... I don't know the ins and outs of the story. I think that people that, like... You know, you have them stories where they, like, regularly abuse their partners.
Yeah.
And equally, I don't think... If a man hits a woman, I don't think that's acceptable. But I also think if a woman hits a man, it's not acceptable. I think there should be no violence whatsoever.
I definitely agree, but I don't agree I don't believe they're in the same ballpark.
No.
And I'm not going to be one of them people who thinks, oh, just because a woman does it... Like, it's not the same thing. Unfortunately, it is the way it is. Men are a lot more stronger than women.
Yeah.
Right. So you can look at it however you want to look at it, but, like, women shouldn't hit men.
Yeah.
Like, if I see a woman hit a guy and then the guy hits her back, I'll be shocked by it. I won't necessarily be like, oh, don't do that, or like jump him or anything like that. I'll be shocked by it, but at the same time, I don't believe like a woman hitting a man has the same sort of level of like aggression as a man hitting a woman. I don't believe they're really in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I don't think either.
I think women should keep their hands to themselves.
I think
you never
everyone
know.
should keep their hands to themselves.
I saw a video the other day of this girl, like this guy I think he was like a bouncer at a door, He must have been like 6'5", like big fat fucker.
Portly, yeah, that's what we said.
And then she was like antagonizing him and like she slapped him across the face, and he like gave her 1-2 combo and knocked her on the floor.
Yeah,
I was looking at her like, what do you think you will achieve? Like, you don't know people's mind state, so just keep your hand to yourself. 'Cause some people aren't sitting there like, oh, she's a girl, let me not touch her. Like, niggas are out here willing to beat the shit out of you, like, for anything. Like,
yeah, I think everyone should keep their hands to themselves. In that particular situation, I don't really know the whole story. I just saw it on socials and everything, so I don't know what he did to her. I don't know what she did to him. But I don't think that he. And equally, this isn't someone you know. Not that if it would be better if someone you know, but you're in a professional environment. Yeah. You're being asked to do something. You've got this opportunity, and this is what you're going to do, regardless of what you were debating over or how loud it got in that room. It shouldn't have got to the point where there was any sort of physical altercation. Yeah. And his car. Whew.
You think it was right for her to retaliate the way she did?
No.
You're thinking because you have a car, innit? You're thinking because you have a car.
If someone smashed up my car, I'd be livid. But no, I don't think it was right for her to retaliate the way she did. But yes, I do see why she done it. Because in that situation, like, if someone was to hit me personally, I'm quite small. I'm quite short.
You're not going to be able to get them back the same way. I
wouldn't be able to get them back. I wouldn't be able to hit them back. And I know I'm quite like petty like that. If you hit me, I want to hit you back. And if I can't do that, if I wouldn't, even if I did manage to hit him, you think it would hurt him the way he's just hurt me. So I see, like, in complete frustration and anger for what just happened, because for someone to put their hands on you, that's massive. I see why she done it. It wasn't right. No, it wasn't right for him to hit her. It wasn't right for her to do whatever she done to that car, and she fucked up that car. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I just think it was just wrong on both parts. But I see why she done it. I can imagine, and if I was in that situation myself, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in, if you do something to someone, whatever reaction they give you is the reaction you deserve, regardless of what it is. That's actually, so if you slap someone and they decide to stab you, is it overboard? Sure, but why did you slap them? You don't know that person's headspace, so that's the reaction you deserve. Know that person's headspace. Yeah.
But yeah, so they're the two things. Of course, absolutely no abuse whatsoever. Never in a relationship.
Don't abuse guys.
Yeah, and girls.
Abuse maybe genitalias, but besides that don't.
He's so. But no, yes. So none of that, and definitely no cheating. No affairs, guys.
Yeah.
And Voldemort, if you ever listen to this, don't call me again. It's above me now.
Don't have affairs, guys. Get a light hand job.
Yeah. Oh my god. Don't take advice from Jerome. But moving on. Yeah. Our next topic of the show. MoStack has recently done a freestyle about dark-skinned women. After the comments. After the interview that Yewande did.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, alright. So I think the interview was with Reese Parkinson on One Extra, innit? So I think they were talking about with Yewande. So about Sharif, the other black contestant that was there. She was talking about sort of why she never coupled up with him, that she never believed they ever would get along anyways. But more importantly, she thought, from her experience, she just thinks black guys tend to prefer like lighter skinned girls. And she was standing right next to Amber in the first coupling, innit? And she just assumed, oh yeah, he's gonna go for her, so let me not even step forward for him. So I guess after hearing all of that, Yewande, Amber and MoStack somehow had like a Insta live together or something like that. And then I think like a few hours later he dropped the track, like just appreciating black girls and asking his mum if he can bring one home, like they're a pet. And then I think a few people on the internet were just a bit sort of skeptical.
Yeah, it got some backlash, definitely.
Yeah, like what his intentions are, because they didn't feel like he has a history of quote unquote dating black women of a darker complexion, and like just they feel like that was just him capitalizing on like sort of like what's popular in the world nowadays. So for me, I was just like, I don't know. You're a black woman. What do you think?
Equally, in his defense, okay, yeah, he had one light-skinned girlfriend, but he's been alive more than the time that they were together. So I'm sure throughout his years, he has dated more than one person.
Yeah.
Because he chooses to keep his life private, it's his business. But it just so happened that one person that he showed you happened to be light-skinned. But I don't have a problem with the freestyle at all. Kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I think it was fine. I don't think that it was anything to be for people to hate on or to say he was jumping on a particular wave, because just because he hasn't spoke about this, he hasn't done a song, he hasn't done a freestyle about dark-skinned women before, doesn't mean that he doesn't like dark-skinned women. It means he hasn't done a freestyle that before. I'm sure there's plenty of things that he hasn't freestyled about, but it's not because he doesn't like them or he doesn't do certain things, because he hasn't. Do you know what I mean? He has other things to do. But I don't see a reason why he got backlash for doing it. I think it was fine. I think it was nice. And I just think it was something that he wanted to speak about at the time. I honestly don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, so it's one of them ones where I think even if someone doesn't do something before, it doesn't mean that throughout the years that they haven't grown and they sort of like learn and realize maybe to just appreciate their own more. It could be a case of that. And even if he is just doing it for clout, it's not it's not bad clout. It's not like negativity. It's not like he's doing anything bad. Even if he is praising and he is like so showing light to black women, so even if it was just for clout, it still like came across with good intentions. I think that's
the song was still positive. The things he was saying in his freestyle was positive, nothing negative. And I feel like maybe we should have just embraced it and just listened to it. Equally, you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to listen to it. I'm sure there's loads of other people out there that will really enjoy it and really like what he's saying. So I think it was just a thing to be appreciated rather than to be made into a negative. I feel like we should have just used it as
listen
a
to
positive.
it, keep it moving.
Yeah,
really, from being honest, it wasn't.
Definitely.
It's not like he said anything groundbreaking. He didn't say anything like offensive either. Just listen to it.
And it was only about, well, I don't know if I watched the full thing. I'm sure it's only about 40 seconds.
Yeah. Like, he literally doesn't even say anything.
Yeah.
He just wants to bring one of you home.
It was just a nice freestyle, like talking about something that was relevant, because she literally just did an interview and she just brought up this fact, and he made the freestyle. I honestly don't see any problem with it. I think it was 100% fine.
Yeah.
But
we'll allow you, Mo.
Yeah.
You get pass from us.
100% pass. Anyway, to move on to further topics, to branch out to something different now. In other news, as I have read, R. Kelly has herpes.
This nigga, man.
When will he stop?
Yo, did Usher have herpes a few years ago?
He did. I don't remember the outcome of that though.
These niggas were really with the same girl.
The whole R. Kelly thing has been going on for a while, and me and Jerome actually watched the documentary together, Surviving R. Kelly, and I definitely.
You know, I've not listened to a single song.
I haven't listened to a single R. Kelly. I am,
and I was actually a fan.
#mute R. Kelly. The some of his songs I do really like. I'm not gonna lie, but just out of principle, I'm not gonna listen to it. I believe it. I'm not gonna lie.
How can you not?
Yeah, there's some people out here that no, they're all lying. That's a whole load of people to be lying, and it's not. I think, obviously, I'm not one to jump on a bandwagon. If it was just them talking and saying stuff, then it might not be necessarily something I believe. But you know, when you have hardcore facts, it's kind of. Who would I be to not believe? I'd be so stupid to not believe it.
I'm hearing victims' families, all their stories.
There's videos, there's pictures.
All their stories somehow seem to make some sort of sense. Like
they're all the same story.
Yeah, it was all the same. Like
there's like evidence.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like I saw one mom trying to rescue her daughter, bruv. Like,
oh my god, I nearly cried, and I don't cry often.
That rescue mission.
Did you? No, that part of a documentary where. The mum, oh my god, pulling at the heartstrings, man. All she wanted was her kid.
Yeah.
And the kid's like can't talk on the phone, and then she finally breaks out. And then you find out at the end she went back.
Yeah.
But I think she came back home.
back,
yeah, I don't know about that bit.
Stockholm syndrome.
But yeah.
And the thing with R. Kelly is, if you listen to his music, you can hear.
He tells you himself.
This nigga's sick, man. You
In
can
the
hear that shit in his
interview,
music.
in the interview with what's the lady? Gail?
Gail. No, is it Gail?
I think it's Gail.
Yeah, it's Gail.
In the interview, and he goes, was it that interview or was it a different interview when he was like,
What?
he was like, do you like underage girls? And he's like, what do you mean by
No,
underage?
that's a different. That's the interview with Torre.
Back in the day, that's it.
With Torre, back
That's
in the day.
just what?
Do you like underage girls? When you say underage,
Yeah, like what?
what are you talking?
Like seriously?
Nigga,
Like
yes
you
or
have
no?
been
Like, yes
come
or
on.
no?
Even if you do, you just say no, you know? Like where is the PR team?
When you say underage,
Like I feel like it's so in your face and it's so obvious. I thought he doesn't even try and hide it.
yeah, like nah, he's
Like the girls on the did you see recently they went on live or something and they was talking about how they're like, oh, they say we can't come out the hotel room, can you see anyone here?
Yeah.
The camera's just pointing on you, sis. Like this,
You think that's how your Voldemort had his nieces?
Oh my God. Behind the camera, you say this, yeah? No. I think it's so in your face, it's almost impossible not to believe it. And I feel like it's shocking that he has been allowed to carry on and been allowed to do this and with these young women for this long. I feel like surely there is something that they know, like surely he can go down for something. Like why is he not been sentenced? Like it's just nuts. And now he has herpes. Who's he gonna let?
And all the people that think like it's not true. The reason why I just think is mad that you believe that. Like they've actually caught child pornography on his laptop.
Yeah.
The only reason he hasn't been charged with it because it was found the search wasn't a legal search. It doesn't mean the porn wasn't there.
Yeah, look how many times though they have
search.
seen the videos and they can't do anything. Like,
Yeah, it's one of them ones where, and you have people from his staff who he's now not paying, who are coming out against him. They need to be locked up as well.
Yeah. Oh my God, was it the manager?
Yeah, the manager.
The manager.
And
and his brother, keep him locked up.
Oh no, throw him under the jail.
What was his name? Was it Bruce?
Bruce, yeah.
Keep him
Bruce
in
Kelly.
jail.
Bruce Kelly can never come out of prison.
Oh my gosh.
What was his name? He said he's like, I like older women.
He's like, I don't see a problem with it. No, Bruce, you're done. Yeah, we know. Listen, you lots are messed up. It's like, keep Bruce in prison. Put R. Kelly in. It's too far. Yeah. Like it's not okay that we have him out here just being allowed to continue to do this stuff. And it's not like oh, because everyone knows, let me calm down. He's like just out there free doing whatever he wants to do. And then he's like coming up interviews like, oh no, you should feel sorry for me, blah 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 blah. It's just nuts.
It's mad that he's still getting support.
So much support.
It's always the mums.
Yeah.
That's how he gets his doors.
That's how he gets it, because the mums bring him to the concert and he takes them back.
Like there's actual people like that supporting him like outside like the courts and shit like that.
Yeah.
Now.
Signs and posters.
After all of this, like
even the girls he has now, those two girls, they are with him because initially, was it not their parents that introduced them?
Concerts, yeah.
Like as well, you have to think like, do you think my mum would ever? Because he's so renowned. Even if I didn't necessarily believe it myself, when you have all these people that say this stuff, and obviously he married Aaliyah at, what was it? 14. Yeah. 14. When there's just certain things, even if you didn't believe it, okay, that's one thing, but I don't think that your children need to be specifically brought to him and introduced to him, even if this is a rumour, because at the end of the day, you have to protect your kids. Mm-hmm. And if one day it did happen to be true, like it did happen to be true, now they haven't got their kids. And do you know what I mean? You could have
literally gone to a concert by yourself.
Yeah.
You didn't need, like, even if you did not believe it, I just think, like, it's one of them
shelter your
ones,
kids away from it.
Like, they don't need to be exposed to that, even if it is or if it isn't true. Like, it's better to be safe than like sorry. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's one of them ones where it's just like at this point, I towards the end of that documentary, I remember just blaming the parents. I just got to a point where I was just thinking, you guys are fucking idiots. Like,
he
there's
should be
enough
locked up,
now
and
at
they
this
need
point.
to stop giving their kids. And they're like, oh, she wanted to be a singer. Yeah, well, you can't sell your kids. Like, it's crazy.
But I believe a lot of these lot are though.
Of course they are.
Like,
But
I
look at
believe a lot of them
the
are.
one at the beginning of the documentary, the one that was in the tape?
The one on the tape, yeah.
Her cousin,
Her
which
dad
was
and her uncle.
honestly the only sensible one, who
Yeah.
actually tried to help her and tried to testify. And then the parents came and said it wasn't her. Like, that's just...
The uncle testified in court saying
Yeah.
that's not her in
Yeah,
the
that's
tape.
it.
Even though the aunt said that is her. And the best friend said it is her.
Yeah.
And then you find out later on that her dad and
the work... Yeah, they're in
and
the
her
band.
uncle are in his band. They're on all his
It's
albums.
sickening.
And you know he's paying that shit. And the moment he starts paying it, that's when people want to come out, like the managers and all this other stuff.
Like, where is the care and concern for your own children?
That's why at some point you have to ask yourself. That's why money's so evil, bro. I swear down, money's so evil, yeah. That's why at some point, like, people are willing to sacrifice these things just for money. That's how evil
Sacrifice
that shit
your own children to be... What is it they say? You have to knock on the floor if you want to go to the toilet.
is. Yeah,
Are you taking a piss?
yeah. And that's why you're giving up just so you can play bass. Not
Equally,
even like,
and then at the end of it, none of them girls have ever made an album. None of those girls have ever had a song.
I heard
And where's
one
the
song-
money?
I heard one song from
No.
any of them. All this so you can play bass guitar. My nigga, that ain't even a lit instrument.
But I think it's crazy. I think, as I said, I think they need to get him on something. It's been allowed to go on for too long.
You know, him having herpes, yeah, is like the least shocking
Yeah.
story. It's the least shocking
The
part.
fact that he's also infected him with
Of
herpes is
course
minor
he is, man.
in comparison to the grand scheme.
Man.
But yeah, as I said, to wrap this up, lock him up, find something.
Put him and Bruce together.
Keep
Lock
Bruce
them two
in
up.
there. Don't let Bruce out. He needs help. Prison's not working, so just keep him there for life.
I believe he's one of them people that might be Teflon, you know. They might never get him. They might never
Could
get
you?
him.
I really hope not.
I'm starting to come to... Because I don't know why there's not enough evidence to lock him up.
Parents, keep your kids away from the concerts, yeah? Because if it comes to the fact that he doesn't get locked up, then you just gotta pray for them.
Yeah, man. Anyways, fuck R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, to wrap up the show this week, our last topic of the day is the chicken shop box. What is it called? The black chicken box. What's it called?
Why is it called a black chicken box?
I'm sure the boxes are black, no?
No, they're like white with like the writing. I think like,
I'm sure when I
I think the
googled
stories
this.
are like in black, like with white writing inside.
I thought it was a black chicken box. I thought the actual chicken box was black.
No, I'm pretty sure the chicken box is white.
I don't know. Might be white chicken box, might be a black chicken box. Anyway, the whole is it knife crime?
Yeah.
Anti-knife crime chicken box
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's just saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, will it work? Probably not.
Someone got stabbed 2 hours later after they
Outside the
announced
Home
it.
Office.
Yeah, outside the home office.
I think people just saw an opportunity,
Yeah.
saw something, and they thought, well, young people,
Like
fried
chicken.
chicken is free.
Them niggas
Not free.
like
Fried chicken is cheap. I mean, is a lot of young
It used to
people
be.
eat fried chicken. It used to be. I've never really ate fried chicken like that.
I know you haven't. I used to love that shit, man.
I don't really go to chicken shops. It's not really my
Oh,
thing.
mate, that used to
Never.
be- that used to
Even
be
when I was little.
Me as a kid, Sam's.
I think they saw like a lot of young people hang out in chicken shop, go to chicken shops, buy chicken shops and things like that. So I think they saw something that like reaches quite a wide audience and thought, yeah, let me go with this.
Mm-hmm.
Will it work? No. Why would it work? It's like that is put in the pictures of like people with their throats missing on fag boxes.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't necessarily work. I know loads of people that still smoke regardless of what pictures on the box.
Yeah, if you
and
need
everything.
to smoke and you go there and you buy the smoke, you're not gonna be like, oh shit, it does give you lung cancer, let me give it back. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't work like that. It doesn't
It's
work
just,
like that.
yeah, I feel like there's other ways, other things that people can do that would other ways to go about it, and other things that people can do to tackle knife crime,
Yeah.
to motivate young people more, to get them busy, to get them out doing things. But I just think that that was a bit of a myth.
Yeah, like I'm not as negative towards it as like when I first heard it anymore. Right?
Yeah.
So I think just through time I've been like, at least they tried to do something. Completely missed the mark.
Yeah.
To be honest, but at least they tried to do something, because to stop knife crime is really kind of like sort of an impossible task. Like to actually come up with like one definitive thing.
A lot.
Yeah.
Of different avenues.
It's like it's a systemic thing. Like it's about improving your community. Like it evolves so much. That's what they need to more focus along the lines of like talk to like former gang members and all that other stuff. Get them involved. Don't tell me stories about somebody getting stabbed whilst I'm like trying to mix my ketchup and my mayo so I can dip my chips in. Like honestly, I'm not reading it. Like even if it's there, like it's not the thing. Like if you're carrying a knife because you are scared and you feel like that's the way to protect yourself, some story isn't going to make you go, let me go return this knife. My fears.
Yeah, because you hear stories like that every day. So this one being on the chicken box isn't necessarily going to be different from the story you heard on the news, or when you heard someone's parents that have been a victim of knife crime come out. Like I just feel like they tried. They tried to do a thing, but I feel like this is definitely going to fall short. I feel like in the grand scheme of things, this isn't even going to have an impact.
It's never going to be a thing.
Yeah.
After, I don't even believe, like, by the end of the year, it's never going to be a thing. It's just going to be one of them quick things that we all forget about. But yeah.
I agree.
Much about it.
But yeah, they tried.
No.
They tried. Anyway, guys, this is the end of episode 2. We hope you enjoyed it. Most definitely. We hope you listened to the first one. If you didn't listen to the first one, go back and listen to the first one, because it was really funny.
Yeah.
I think it was funny. And I didn't get beat up in the toilet. I just want to clarify. That never happened.
Okay.
But anyway, bye guys. We'll see you in the next episode of It's Above Me Now.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace out.